The second part where UAE can be termed a racist is especially at workplace. This one I can openly challenge, and it's being done, it's being followed. Same job, the same job, let's say business development manager, example, or sales engineer, same job, same responsibilities. It'll be different for an Indian, different for a Sri Lankan, different for Bangladeshi, different for Pakistani, different for, and the biggest difference will be British, American, Australian. I'm not even joking. The difference in the pay scale, I give you one group of nationalities where there's up and down a little bit, and the other one which is massive. In fact, in this government company of Dubai, I know one HR guy. He told me the rates those days. I will not take the name. If I take the name, even if I give you an alphabet, you'll know which company it is. It's a government company, yeah? Government. One of the largest. This is what he told me. Loy, this position, for example, let's say, I don't know, let's say HR assistant, example. There's an HR guy who showed me the salary structure. HR assistant, the lowest bracket was Bangladeshi, okay, Bangladeshi, African, lowest. So they would offer you, let's say, example, I'm giving you 1,000 dirhams. Next bracket came Pakistani, 1,200. Then came Indian, maybe it'd be 2,000 or 3,000, depending on the education, Indian. After Indian, the next bracket those days was Syrian, Egyptian. They are slightly higher if your education was same, but they commanded a better salary because they knew Arabic. So maybe your qualifications would be less, but the fact that you knew Arabic would give you a better salary. Imagine skill level less, just that you know Arabic. Or from a Lebanese would get paid much more because they not only knew English, very classy, okay, very modernistic those days, Lebanese. Higher than that were South African white, okay, higher than South African white. I think the next one came people from Eastern Europe, Russia and all those countries, okay. So it'd be more or less at the same playing field. The only way a South African white would get paid more, provided education was better or he had better fluency. So over the years, the Russians got paid less, South African white got paid more. Then came in, I think, this has been so long ago, man. Australia, then came Australia, then came, then came Europe, then came Australians. Okay, the salary over there, I forgot to mention salary. So if an Indian was 2,000 or 3,000, then you had the Lebanese, that would be 4,000 or 5,000. Then you had the South African and educated Russians, which would be, Russians would be, say, those days 5, nowadays 3, same as Indians. The Australians would be 7 to 8, okay, an Australian junior, huh? So we are talking all juniors. Then came British. The British, somehow, I don't know, from 8 it would go to 12 or 15, okay. British and Americans were always at the high. They would be 12 to 15, and the educated ones, or the ones with experience, straight away 30. Imagine an educated Indian with experience would take 5, but the same education or same level of the same experience, the Brit would take 18 or 20, okay, 20, 25, whatever, that range. But an Emirati would straight away go for 30,000. So Indian 3, Brit, Brit, all that, 15 to 20. Emirati, straight away, 30. And this is without even a degree. Okay, just diploma or high school. And if you had a degree or masters and you educate abroad, 45, 50. Now, that is only in terms of the package. In terms of working days and working hours, all the lower level Indians and all that, you have to work 8 to 12 hours, sometimes 14, and you have to come 5 days or 6 days a week. Emirati, you come in sharp 8, is to come on time, but then they would drink tea, coffee, they would say their prayers and all that, and they would leave by 4, 8 to 4, whatever, leave early. 5 days a week. Brits and all this, they would do it 5 days a week, because 2 days they have to get tan in the sun, have brunch, overpriced, lie on the beach, take a massage, you know, all the expensive stuff, because this was their life. I'm talking in those days. Today may be somewhat different. So now I'm talking to you what used to happen, like even I think 10 years ago or 20 years ago, 20 to 10 years ago. Today it's not that explicit. However, 100% there are still these salary structures. Now, where I can guarantee you that it happens is especially the Emiratis, because it's their country. They get paid the highest salaries. In fact, in one of the leading brands, I don't want to say which industry, they have a separate HR department. Same mistake. Non-HR, non-Emirati HR, Emirati HR, different punishments, different holiday schemes, different packages, different compensatory plans for the same position. In fact, my ex-girlfriend, who was working in Emirates Airlines, she was, I think, at level 7 or level 6 or 7. She was taking home 15,000 salary. Don't mind the grade because I can't remember, but it was 5 or 6 or whatever. It was 15,000 salary. A college trainee joined. Imagine, in her department, she's a senior, level 5 or 6, and a college trainee joined. The college trainee was getting 45,000, or I think 35 or 45,000. My ex-girlfriend was driving a small Toyota Echo. This female was driving the latest BMW or, so sorry, Mercedes, you know, that four-wheel drive. And she even had her own parking space. Imagine you're taking a college trainee and she's getting paid more than you. Yeah, this is what it is. Yeah. So if this is not racism, what is this? They don't judge you based on your ability to work. It's based on your passport. Okay. In fact, I have to always ask myself, why a British guy or an American guy has visa on arrival? Indian guy, no, you have to apply for a visa beforehand, show proof of funds, show all this, and then come in. Just to always ask, why this rule? But then I found out this rule is in so many countries because in the end, they don't want all the laborers and all the lower class people coming in. So that is why they would make based on your income level, which is understood. Okay, we have 1 billion Indians. I'm pretty sure if they make visa on arrival for a Western country, that country, United States of America, just imagine if they say Indians visa on arrival, it'll be United States of India. All our Indians will go running. So I understand that.
Are you fed up of life? Earning a pathetic salary, working long hours, having an ungrateful boss, facing office politics, the constant fear of losing your job, and after paying rent, groceries, shopping, and children's expenses, you were left with hardly any savings. Is this the life you dreamed of? Or do you wish to change your life forever? Meet Loy Machedo, the world's #1 personal branding coach. He will help you identify the real you, position and sell yourself by getting the job of your dreams, and make good money anywhere in the world. If you do not believe me, Google his name, Loy Machedo, and you will find 2 million web links online and over 200 recommendations from very happy clients. So the question is, do you want to change your life? If yes, then contact Loy Machedo. www.loymachedo.com. Who is loymachedo.com? Thinkpersonalbranding.com. What are you waiting for? Do it now.